I'd forgotten to record. I think it's now recording. Okay, it's now recording. All right. So, one important thing you have to know is the pip value is determined by position size. Position size being what you know as lot, lot size. Okay. So we are going to begin by by talking about lot size, position size, or trade size. So this is where position sizing comes in. So this is where I wanted to bring this afterwards. Okay. So position sizing, that's more like determining your lot size for a particular execution you're going to make. So let's begin. Um, the Usually we begin with one. You love something like this. Come on. So we have one lot. Okay. This is one lot represents 100,000 units of the base currency. So I'm defining it. Currency is wrong. Okay. Then next we have one mini lot. And this represents 10,000. What next do we have? One micro lot, and this represents 1,000. Okay, and the last one is one nano lot, which represents 100 units of the base current. So let's take Euro USD for example. We are going to find the pip value for Euro USD. Please follow. Okay. So guys, every time you open a one lot, okay, you're trading 100,000 units of the base currency. Hmm? This is why the risk is so high every time you use a standard lot. So, what, so in the case of Euro USD, if you open a one lot position, let me say we're buying, okay? It means you're buying 100,000 euro units of euro, okay? But you're using the USD to do that. This is what it actually means, okay? Because one lot is 100,000 units of the base currency, okay? But you're using the USD to buy it if you open a buy position. So that is how you understand that. So now that you know how to now since I told you to find the pip value, you need to know the position size. So all this is position size, okay? All this is position size. One lot, this is trade size or position size, okay? So after having all that, there's a formula to find the value of a pip. So pip value. So guys, you don't need to calculate this manually yourself, okay? Uh, There are online calculators. You broke up, all broke up platforms almost have this. Because this is just for those who want to know, who like to double test and everything. So you're going to, so how are you going to calculate this? So in this case, we are looking at Euro USD. You need to know the number of decimal places first. So how many decimal places do we have in Euro USD? Who can tell me?
Oh.
Huh? The formula goes like so. Decimal places times the what? Times the trade size.
We have what the small places.
How many? No. No,
Oh.
this. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Let me try. I'm trying to do something.
There are 5.
So we are going to place them the way they are. So you divide that whole thing by the current market price. Who can? What was the market price for Euro USD? But what price did it close at? Last week. So this is the formula. So let's put in these things. So the decimal places, you put them the way they are, okay? Are they like this? Guys, are they like that? One lot is 100,000 units. Are they like this? One, and then you'll divide this whole thing.
Yeah, they are like that.
So what was the market?
Yes,
price?
anyways.
So what was the market price for Euro USD? At what market price did it close, Moselle? It's peak value.
1.11.
Value for Euro USD.
1.11. Yeah, that's 1 point.
1 point what?
1101.
1.11.
1.11.
1.1101. Ah, Jesus.
0. Yeah.
Come again. 1.1101. What? Give me the whole thing. This is it.
0.
This is it.
1 point. Yeah.
Okay. So guys,
yeah, just stop.
Okay, so guys, we haven't considered the pipette. It's just a fraction. So this is okay as well. Okay. So you multiply the decimal places by the trade size or the lot, and then you divide the whole thing by the current market price. Okay. This is pip value of Euro USD. So, Bo, did you come with a calculator? Somebody do this and get me the answer. What do you get? Bo, did you already? Why is a calculator?
Jendi.
Why is a calculator?
Nsobola bikolako wano. Esimu yange njirina bulungi. Leero nkoledde ku kompyuta. Tayimuzi mitwalo 10. Lindako. Wano nga ndaba ziro ziri nnya. Lindako. Hello? Zino ziro ndaba ziri nnya. Ate koma eri wano eno. Is it supposed to be a million shilling here? 1.
Oh, guys, sorry. Sorry. Where?
That is 10.
Just
Now
give me
10
the
divided by 1.1101. Chituwea 9.001. Rather 9.0081. 9746.
Okay, let me.
If you are rounding off in 1
Okay, guys, so this is the value. Okay.
The people value.
Yeah, anya ina TV. When I'm
Nze nina TV commute.
muting, then okay. So guys, Mose, are you in class?
Yes, sir.
So now, guys, look at this. So the answer you get is for the best currency, okay? What is the best currency in this case? Who can tell me?
Euro.
It's the euro, eh? So
Euro.
This peak value, we've got it in terms of euro. We get it in terms of the best currency. Okay? So here, so the peak value for the for euro USD, the whole currency pair is 9.0082 euros. Okay, but we need to convert it back to USD. For some reason, the USD is the strongest currency pair. So we like to have these values in terms of the USD. It is just a rule of thumb. Why? I'm such a man. So you need to convert this and have your answer in USD, because you're going to use the USD to buy 100,000 units of the euro. Okay. So, and how do you do that? You multiply this by the current market price again. So bold, I'm going to need you to get your calc and multiply 9.0082, okay, times what was the market price? 1.1101. Okay. Bold, Jolly. Okay. Yes, help me with this. Help me with this. This is
9.0082 times 1.1101. It is 10.000028.
So when you round off, it's $10, eh?
Yeah.
But Nanganya atadeko TV.
Buli lwenteekako audio.
Mose Jolly.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I think you. I think we don't know what money into the PIP value for the pair euro USD. I don't want to mute people. Musirisa abana kyakigenda emaaso. Okay, good. So Mose, I'm sure you already knew that the PIP value for euro USD is $10 per PIP. Did you know that? We all know that. It's just standard. For a Dutchman. So this is how you come up with the pip value.
Mbadde sikimanyiso.
No, it's the pip value for Euro USD is $10 per pip.
Okay.
So, but this is how you come up with it. Okay. So in case you remain with euros, it would be this euro.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's find this. So this is how you calculate the pip value. So let's find the pip value. Okay, by standard, it's $10 for Euro USD. So every pip in the currency Euro USD costs about 1 unit. It's about $10. This is a heavy pair, by the way. A heavy pair because the euro is a big major currency and same as the USD. So its pip value is high. So let's do one more example. Let's calculate the pip value for a pair with the 2 decimal places, a JPY. Somebody give me a JPY pair. Get me in a JPY pair. We calculate its pip value, and then we're done with pip value. What should we just? So guys, let's not waste time. In case it,
USD Japanese yen.
so members, because of time, we have this thing called USD JPY. How many decimal places does it have? You just follow. It has how many? Are they not two? You just put in the same formula and then are they just there something like this? Huh? Is it like this? Or like this? Simon. Okay. Okay, so members, every time let's come back here, okay? Why? In this case, do you know why it's 10? You know that $10 per pip is it's a very high. I mean, it means if this thing moves, if Euro USD, if you buy Euro USD in the direction and it moves, it moves just 5 pips, that's already $50. This is what it means, okay? So that is the implication of using using a standard lot, okay? So that is why we tell you that be careful when you're using these big lots, okay? The pip value is always high, okay? So this is one lot, you can see. Imagine $10 per pip. So I'm not going to calculate for USD JPY just to save time. Let's move on to something else. I hope that's okay with you guys. Okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's okay. You'll do the other one as as a test. So let's see how you calculate profit or loss. I wanted to clarify these things once and for all. So somebody can come and tease you. How do you you know lot, you know pip value. So when I do this, how much money do I get? So you need to know, you need to have an idea of how much money you get every time you place a trade. Okay? If you have reverberation, try to mute yourself. So here I'll just give you the formula. The profit or loss will be pip value times number of pips times the lot size or okay, times lot size. Kino kiri very simple. Sicho? What is the pip value? Let's do this for Euro USD. What is the pip value for Euro USD? It's $10. Okay. Times. Let's say we made 20 pips. Huh? Times. What number of lots did we use? In this case, one lot. Okay. So what's the answer you get here? This is very easy. You don't need a calculator for this. This is 200.
Yeah.
$200. So guys, if you opened one lot and you made 20 pips, one lot of Euro USD, if you bought one lot of Euro USD at this price, so this is the money you'd make of 20 pips. The bigger the lot size or trade size, the bigger the reward, and also the bigger the loss. So be careful every time you're trading with big lots. So guys, I hope you know now how to calculate profit and loss, pip value. So let's go to the last thing, which is position size. Position size, or lot size. So guys, you need to have, before you trade, you need to have defined your lot size, depending on your account equity, how big your account is, the capital. I mean, you don't just wake up and say, I'm opening a one lot when you have a $50 account. Guys, a $50 account, you only need a drawdown of 5 pips to blow your account, because every pip costs $10. So the moment the trade moves 5 pips in the opposite direction, your account is knocked out. Okay? So it's important to know the best lot size to use for your account. You don't just wake up and say, I'm opening one lot, I'm opening half a lot. Much target. I don't know that it makes sense. So I'm going to show you.
You are loud and clear.
I'm going to show you how you get the best lot size for your account. A lot size which is going to give you good risk, because good risk ensures that you stay longer into the market. Your account doesn't get blown there and then. Okay. So as a rule of thumb, when you're starting out, you're advised to not risk more than 2% of your account. Okay, I'm going to share the channel after this. The thing with these videos is I make them unlisted, which means you can only watch the video if you have the link. And I share the links in the group chat all the time. But anyway, I'll address that issue after the session, probably in the group chat. So let's finish this one. Okay. So what happens every time if you're not risking more than 2% of your account, it means whatever size of loss you take. Okay. Let me say I open 5 positions. Okay. If I have a 2% risk on all of them, what do you think that means? It means I'm only going to lose $20. Okay, whichever at the end of the day, I'm going to lose $20 maximum. You will still have $80 to trade with, and that's because you defined your risk. Okay, so let's see. So again, this is there's a formula for that. So lot size, let me say lot size. You're going to get your investment or capital. What should I call it? Capital or investment? I don't know. Capital sounds better.
Capital itegereke kamangu.
Capital, I mean, you're going to play, you open an account with $100. Okay, so that is your capital. Times the percent. You multiply it by the percentage risk. I just told you, when you're starting, do not risk more than 2%. And I've explained how that can help you. Okay? So I'm giving you the formula. So on every trade you take, you must have a stop loss. Okay? So I'm assuming you need to know your stop loss. You need to, by the way, guys, it's important to be consistent with these values. If you have a stop, if you're using a certain risk of maybe 1-to-1, have a fixed stop loss of maybe 30 pips, period. Okay? Consistency is key. Stop loss. You multiply this by the pip value. Okay? So capital times percentage risk, divide this by the stop loss and pip value. Somebody put in these things very fast. So let's say you open the first account I ever opened in Forex was $200 with IC Markets, because that's their minimum deposit. Yeah, I wanted to test what I had learned. So I opened an account with $200. I was using a risk of 2%. What is 2%? 0.02.
0.
Okay. Okay, let me put the 0. Some people may get confused. Divide. So we're here.
Divide by 100.
So you divide this whole thing by putting the values very fast. What is the stop loss you want to use for all your trades? Moze, what is your favorite stop loss? Is it 50? Is it 30? Times pip value.
It's
What is your favorite stop loss?
50.
It's what?
50.
50?
50 pips.
They're just like me. So what is the pip value? In this case, let's say we're using Euro USD, whose pip value is 10. Okay? Guys, so what do you get here? Our calculator.
0.00008.
0.008.
4 zeros, then 8.
Like this.
Another 0, then 8. 8.
What are you multiplying, you guy?
I don't think
This is 5. Or here you get 0.04. Divide by 500.
Double check. So here we have 4. The first value is 4. 4 divided by 500. It's supposed to be 0.08. It's supposed to be like this. Bold, I think you made a mistake somewhere. Here you find you get 4 divided by 500. This
Yeah.
So remember, this will be your lot size that will keep you longer in the game. Okay. So you don't just wake up and open a one lot. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. That's how you calculate position size. We've talked about profit risk. So let me sum up the session with a few.
Mr. Tamari.
Yes. First of all, let me sum up. So guys, every time, whenever you're winning, okay, when you're on a winning streak or a losing streak, it doesn't mean that you
scroll up a little bit.
It doesn't mean that you have to change your risk. You have to do what? Okay. Stick to the same. Okay. Okay. The moment you change your risk, the moment you change your lot size, it's going to affect you. Some of you will take hits. You may lose like 5 times, and then you say, "Let me open this time a 2 lot so that I regain all my capital." Okay, you're trading with emotions, and it's never good. You need to detach yourself from the past. Okay, it's the future that defines you. Okay, the moment you change your risk, you're going to blow your account, and you'll have no one to blame. Okay, whether you lose or what, if you continue with the same risk, you'll still have funds to trade with and hopefully make more money for yourself in the future. Okay, so guys, yes, Mose, the question. I'm done for that's the session for today. So what's your question? Yeah?
Mr. Tamari,
Yes, what's the question? Mose first.
don't say you have made some money. Does it change or you have lost some money? You need to calculate it every time, or you just get it standard at the start?
You get it standard. Okay?
Oh,
If you're using
okay.
2% risk, that is your standard risk. So make your lot size standard for the Euro USD. This is what it means.
Okay.
Every time you're trading the Euro USD, you want to use this as your lot size. Because I didn't get your question. Pip value to get deco. That's how you get it. We've spoken about how you calculate the profit, all those, and then what has happened to Mose? Yes, please. Yes.
Can you modify the load trading and maso?
The lot? No, you cannot. You cannot. There you be stealing. Okay. You be cheating the broker, and brokers will never allow that. Either they cheat you or you cannot cheat them. That's how it works.
Because I thought like the way you modify the take profit and stop loss,
I know. That is just logical. You think about it. So guys, that's it for today. Enjoy your evening. If you have further questions, please forward them to the group chat. I'll happily respond to your issue.